So about Solo Leveling Rise, developers released dev notes with some information about the upcoming updates and what they're planning to do, with some important information, not gonna lie, and I wanted to have a look at these notes, and we're going to make it in a way that we're going to watch Payne's video, his thoughts about it, and I'm going to provide my personal feelings and my personal ideas. Nothing extraordinary, just my personal and honest opinion on the whole situation, what they have messed up and what they're trying to do right now. So yeah, let's begin.
What's going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to another Solo Leveling Arise video. Guys, developer note, the architect's trial. That's right, we're getting our usual midway through developer note, and it is hopefully going to be a big one and help us kind of get psyched for the upcoming patch, which is going to be dropping July 31st, which will introduce the architect as well as Jinna as a what-if brand new, supposedly, win character. Not sure if she's going to be support or a breaker yet, guys. That has yet still to be decided, or I guess the leaks may be wrong, so we'll find out from there. But let's get into the developer note and talk a little bit about everything. Now, before I go any further, I want to remind everybody, guys, content creator program still going on. Make sure
I'm going to skip this part, don't get me wrong.
Arise team, we would like to express our gratitude to all hunters for enjoying Solo Leveling Arise. The team is working tirelessly to deliver an even more enjoyable gaming experience, driven by the passionate support and valuable feedback from all of our hunters.
So basically with this sentence, they're saying that they got messed up and they received a lot of negative feedback because nobody was happy about the state of the game, about the latest updates that people were receiving, about certain releases that were unexpected. With a single one, this sentence, they're basically saying that, yeah guys, we messed up and thanks for your feedback. At least that's how I understand it.
Today, we'd like to share a preview of what's coming in future updates. From the end of July through September, it's a long time, guys, it's a long time. We'll be introducing key content updates and hope this brief overview helps address some of your curiosity and anticipation. Please.
At least they're giving some feedback. I mean, the whole issue and a lot of problems, they are kinda caused by the communication of developers and their interaction with their player base. And oh my god, there was a lot of mess up because a lot of news, they came out just out of nowhere without any evidences, any information, without anything, just really out of nowhere, which is unfortunate because people are kind of wondering, they're waiting for something new to happen, people investing their time and money into this game, and they want to trust developers. At least that's how it was before, from my understanding. People trusted into this game, people trusted to these devs, and they were doing pretty much everything straightforward, everything was great, everything was super, without a lot of negativity. But after that, overdrive happened. It was at some point such a disaster, and they didn't really announce anything about this game, but we're going to talk about it a little bit later, I guess.
Please note the name of the items, packages, events, content, schedule should be added in the future, and it may be subject to change, especially the working titles. Alright, so first of all,
so yeah, I mean, at least the good thing that they're trying to communicate right now about their plans and what they're going to do. Right now, this is really important because they kinda double downed the player base and not a single one time.
that's right, guys. We got a brand new summer event, folks. The summer event is back. You guys knew what happened last time, and because we last time had a couple free things such as skins, free character, free armor, etc. Free weapon, etc. This time they might be doing the same. So upon hearing the news of a meteor shower, Sung Jinna and her team set off for the seaside, where they stumbled upon an unreported gate. while Sung Jinna and her team will be able to safely deal with the unreported gate and still catch the meteor shower at the same time. A new season event called Summer Belongs to Youth will be held for our hunters. Please look forward to it. So it looks like we're going to be getting a summer event, including Sung Jinna and her team being a part of that. So I think that's her right there, obviously. Is that Saren? That looks a lot like Saren to me.
It's basically the same event that we have received a year ago during the summer period as well, somewhere in August, I believe.
Okay, anyways, Power Destruction Hard Mode. A new challenge awaits our even stronger hunters. The long-awaited hard mode of Power Destruction is finally here. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I have high hopes for this to be actually very difficult. I think most of us will still be able to do it, who are up there in the 2 millions, maybe 1.5 millions. But I'm interested to see how they handle this. The hard mode is a prestigious content tier and will operate with a unified world ranking system. Only hunters who have achieved a certain score or higher in normal mode will be able to take on this elite challenge. Among those who prove their strength in hard mode, the top ranking hunters will receive an exclusive reward, a special weapon costume for Sung Jinna. Interesting.
I don't think this is going to be like really something that special. I don't know. I don't have such hopes, not gonna lie, just because they're not going to rework completely the power destruction mode. It's going to require you to have more total power, probably. It's going to be a bit harder to break legs of this dragon, I guess. But overall, the whole mechanics and systems, they're going to work the same. This is more of a mode for players who are crazy about POD, who are aiming for scores about 100 billions and I don't know, running over and over again to improve all the timings, all the stacks, all the stats and so on. So yeah, I mean, overall the whole thing is more about the world ranking and that you're going to receive kinda of exclusive rewards and skins. This is not a bad thing, but it's not something like completely new. It's a different mode. Yeah, maybe it's going to be kind of more difficult. I'm not sure if it's going to be really that difficult for our top whales, let's say. I don't think it's going to be that case. For some free-to-play players, for people who are in the middle of the game, let's say, I guess even they will have some kind of access to this mode if they're able to beat certain score in the normal mode. And yeah, it's definitely going to be harder to receive really that high scores, but globally nothing really new, at least by my understanding. Anyways, we're going to see how it's going to work. I'm personally not a real fan of POD, so for some people maybe it's not a bad thing, I guess, but for me it's nothing really crazy.
Actually cool. So we're getting weapon costumes now, symbolizing true honor. A cosmetic system that changes the appearance of Sung Jinwoo's exclusive weapon or the hunter's equipped weapon. Oh damn! We're getting transmog for freaking weapons now? Alright, hey, that's actually kind of cool. I'll take that. And I like that it's not like a whale item, right? Where it's like, oh, this person gets like, you know, because most of the time whales don't need resources in this game. What whales need is something special to set them apart from everybody else. So this, I think, is a great thing to add to the game. And I think this actually will get a lot of people excited because there's a lot of players who do POD content, who love doing POD content, looking at you, Mouse, who probably will take advantage of this and be able to use something special that'll, you know, identify them amongst everybody else as some of the...
Let's be real, it's a minority of the audience, of the player base. Don't get me wrong, I don't have anything against it, but it's a fact. It's for minority and specifically for big whales. Because obviously big whales, they have a chance to compete to each other, and that's pretty much it.
The top players out there who are doing POD and, you know, standing out, obviously. So this is actually a good thing. New story. There he is. There he is. Look at that. And all this throne glory, stony ass boy. Sung Jinwoo demands to know the architect's true identity, but before answering, the architect proposes one final trial. This time we'll be presenting 4 story chapters for our hunters. Damn, that's cool. The one-man guild, the retribution, the source of his power, and the moment to decide. As Sung Jinwoo continues to level up and grow stronger, is this going to happen this patch? Woo Jin-chul is tasked by Hunter Association President Go Gun-hee with verifying whether a solo raid by Jinwoo is truly possible. Don't miss the intense battle against the architect at the Kartanen Temple, a confrontation you won't want to miss. The start of a new trial, the Architect's Trial. We are aware the Battlefield of Trials no longer offers the level of difficulty and engagement our hunters expect.
I mean, is it ever was a case? Like, I mean, I understand it's providing some additional rewards, but me personally, when I started to play this game, Battlefield of Trials, it wasn't something special for me. It was just a source of getting some additional rewards. And maybe back then they were a couple stages that were kinda difficult and they required some specific builds, but even this aspect has been fixed, and right now there is nothing that special. Mostly right now it's about having some specific characters and have enough total power. I don't know.
In response, and alongside the release of new story content, we will be releasing the Battlefield of Trials challenge and introducing a brand new challenge called the Architect's Trial. Let's go! The Architect's Trial allows hunters to push their limits through a trial level system, offering greater rewards at higher difficulties. Powerful boss monsters from the story will return in this mode, delivering a fresh strategic experience and a true test of strength.
If it's going to require you to have really some kind of a strategy behind and not just, rely as usual on the total power, and this is going to be like the main defining aspect, but it's really going to require you to try different builds, different, hunters. You're going to have different gimmicks on certain stages. If they will be able to implement this in a correct way, this is going to be a cool aspect, not gonna lie. I'm interested to see how it's going to look like, because it's going to provide certain different challenges, potentially, again, because for the last half a year it was only a topic about the total power no matter what, and with the release of the Stormbringer, don't get me wrong, it's a great weapon, but you are going to use a single one build just to complete pretty much everything. You don't really need anything else, just the Stormbringer and some other great DPS weapon, and that's it. Obviously certain skill, runes, which majority of players they have in the late game, and some blessings, and that's pretty much it. So it's still kinda questionable for me.
Man, that makes me happy, guys. A lot of us want difficult content. A lot of us want newer content. It looks like Battlefield of Trials is going to help us push that. So I'm really excited to see what they do with that. That is such a good thing to bring out. And I think this is almost like the towers that people have been asking for with difficulty. So this is a great sign. And then let's research for growth amplification system. You guys can see how this works. So this will actually just increase. So
endless. Holy shit. I mean, again, it's going to be the question about the materials that you're going to farm, where you're going to farm them, how. If it's just going to be again a pure and a total one pay to win moment, well, that sucks. If it's going to be the same situation as we had with Prism Type 2, or how they call correctly, which you're kinda able to farm but you don't get any of them like at all, and you suck ass for the days and weeks in a row until you're able to craft yourself at least one decent piece of gear, well, I mean, it's a nice addition, but again, it's most likely going to be for whales. I'm not sure about it, and still we have a lot of players who didn't get even couple of mythics. Like, I'm not gonna lie, even me myself, I have like only 2 mythic runes, I guess. With blessings it goes easier, not gonna lie, because we have more ways to get materials for sure. But yeah, my main question is going to be about farming.
Let's read it. As mentioned before in our previous developer note, a new growth system called the Amplification system will be added. The Amplification system is a new growth element that allows further enhancement of a skill rune and blessing stone. With the introduction of Amplification, the overall supply of Transcendent Stones and the contents will be increased. Yes, baby. The Amplify skills, you need a Transcendent skill rune or blessing stone and an Amplification agent. Amplification can succeed based on a certain rate, and even if it fails, the Transcendent skill rune or blessing as material will be retained. Amplification agent can be obtained from Power of Destruction, Battlefield of Time, and the Guild Exchange Shop.
Well, at least it's not going to be destroyed. Can you imagine if you're going to fail your amplification and you're going to lose the level of amplification that you already have? That would have been just some crazy move, like instantly insane. But at least they clarified that it's not going to be the case, which is not bad, I guess.
Hunters will be able to enjoy the thrill of surpassing growth limits. We'll ask for our great expectations. Diverse action. The direction of our team pursues is diverse action. However, it is true that the diversity has recently decreased significantly in Sung Jinu's mode. Therefore, through this update, our team will introduce the amplification system and adjust the proper skills of various hunters upwards. Additionally, when the support skills of hunters are buffed this time, a prefix will be added before the skill name, and the balance adjustments are planned for Sung Jinu's weapons. That's amazing. Okay, so we can actually see what the differences are. We are prepared extensively so the hunters can enjoy diverse action, so please look forward to it.
Let's say diversity is a big thing in general, and I guess it's exactly what we're lacking right now. We don't really have enough of it. Even, I don't know, the releases of new hunters, I mean, yeah, that's great, but all the new releases, they've been done for some specific purpose, I don't know, for completing a certain stage in Workshop of Brilliant Light, but overall for completing different stages in different modes. Overall, in general, you don't really need to have a lot of diversity, and it's been lacking a lot in this case. And even when we're talking about weapons, I remember times when you're using different weapons to complete different stages, and right now, I don't know, it's just not the case. You have a single one built, and I already said this before, to complete everything, like everything. And the major fact is going to be about the total power. If you're going to be below, you're going to lose. If you're going to be in a good range or above, you're going to be fine, no matter what you're going to use, how element, not element, just whatever. And of course, when we're talking about some score-based events like Power Destruction or Guild Boss, it's a whole another story. But for me personally, these kind of activities, they don't make a lot of sense. I don't know, during the last period of time, I didn't really enjoy them. They're kind of repetitive all over again. They don't bring a lot of strategy. You have a meta build, you're following this meta build, you are not able to introduce something new. When Power Destruction got nerfed, I mean in terms of shadow steps, a lot of people said like, okay, that's great, you don't really need to worry about shadow steps, it's so easy. I understand, but before it was a real skill-based thing for you to get a specific one moment get a perfect position to be able to get yourself a shadow step on time. Right now you don't think about it like at all. You're just repeating the same strategy from the single one person who provided the guide, and that's pretty much it. All the rest is going to be defined or based on RNG aspect, or based on stats that you have, or based on, I don't know, RNG in terms of stacks that you're going to receive from certain characters. And that's pretty much it. I don't know.
Sung Jinu's debut. So this is going to be her actual debut. Hunters, have you met Sung Jina, who appeared in the lobby? Sung Jina, the second If Hunter, was first revealed at SLC 2025, and now she's coming to you through this update. Please look forward to Sung Jina's unique Hunter origin. We are excited to announce that Sung Jina will be joining the Gate Raid. Convenience improvements and growth boosting. Our team plans to add convenience features and mechanisms to help low-level hunters grow faster through this update based on valuable feedback. The first following improvements will be made regarding convenience. A delete function will be added to presets. A function to change the order of presets will be added. Thank God, presets are so bad. The UI will be improved to directly display stat information, allowing clearer understanding of growth differentiations. That's really good, actually. That'll really help people understand how stats work. Monster statuses such as Invincible and Immortal will be separately indicated. Even if you do not log in after the update, you'll be able to receive content tickets. However, the maximum amount you can receive cannot be exceeded. When entering the instance dungeon and encores, all difficult missions will be unlocked. When crafting instantly, both the quantity owned and the quantity consumed will be displayed. Visibility of a rank's grades on the gem page will be improved. You'll be able to check the upgraded material you own. A shortcut to the gem page will be added in Battlefield of Chaos. A collect all button will be added for unclaimed rewards, and grouping collapse of episodes and progress displays will be improved as well. So just simple quality of life things, guys. Mechanisms to support the settlement of new hunters will be added. Association missions will be added, providing abundant rewards and experience points for low-level hunters. Level up convenience will be improved, and display of stats information for Sung Jinu and hunters will be easily enhanced and easier to view. And the tutorial section, which was somewhat lengthy, will be compressed and improved so that new hunters can adapt to the game quicker. All right, there you guys go. So next up, August and September. Man, oh man, they're giving us a lot. New monthly content, The Watcher's Forbidden Library. It's a working title. We're introducing a new challenge content that reconstructs memorable story episodes into dungeons. This dungeon will reset every 4 weeks. Will be a stage to test your limits through repeated challenges. Prove the true value of your strongly developed hunters. Farm the materials you want. Shadow Patrol working title. We plan to provide a system where you can focus on farming desired shadow material to accelerate the growth of Shadow Army. This is all incredible stuff. There, monster cards. There it is. A card collection and growth system using monsters will be added. By collecting cards, you'll gain various buffs, effects, and we're preparing for new strategic enjoyment accordingly. Convenience improvements such as a guild recording of pre-registrations, improved bond rewards for collect all button, and then September update. Real co-op.
I mean, this might be a good thing to test the strength of your hunters, as they explained, farm certain materials, but it's nothing really that crazy for endgame players, because even free-to-play players already, they have maxed out shadow armies, they have already enough resources and materials to build up to the maximum of the upcoming shadow, at least one or maybe even two. I don't know, it's not a bad thing for mostly, again, new players to catch up, but it's not something really that crazy for the old players. And the whole thing about the testing out your hunters, I mean, was going to be the reason to farming some materials for your shadow army. If that's the only reason, it's a poor thing. I don't know. It is. It's going to be kinda interesting as a new mode for, I don't know, a week or two. It really depends how it's going to be changed after a 4-week rotation. I understand that is going to be changed, but if it's not going to be something crazy new and interesting within a certain one rotation and going to be completely changed to the next one rotation is going to be pretty much similar to what we have right now with simulation gates. First of all, when this mode has been introduced, yeah, it's been interesting because you're kind of farming different codes, you are able to build different strategies, but in a while it turned out to be the same easy one repetitive routine again, because when you're getting to a certain position, when you have enough total power, you don't really care about the codes that you're getting. You don't really focus on strategies. You can complete it without even codes, just if you have enough TP and specific hunters that are going to be a good fit for this mode. Again, it depends how they're going to introduce it. It has a good potential. It can be potentially good, but the main question for me is going to be about the reason behind, if it's going to make any sense, or if it's going to be just a pure farming for some additional materials for your shadow army. And it's not going to bring anything new and fresh throughout the rotations period. So it's going to be a good question.
PvE, Architect Showdown, working title. The real-time co-op content that hunters have been eagerly waiting for is coming. We're introducing PvE mode where hunters can team up to take on powerful bosses. Guild Boss reimagining, Colossal Statue. Yes, there you go, new Guild Boss. The Guild Boss is being reborn as an overwhelming power from the original story for the Colossal Statue. Get ready for a brand new challenge as it faces you and your guild members. Research skills freely, training room. There it is, guys, the dummy mode. A training room where you can freely test your skills and builds, let you push the limit. We're finally getting it. We're finally getting it. It may change, just so everyone's aware, it may get pushed, but it's finally coming. They've announced it. That's all.
It happened after 1 fucking year. I don't know what to say, guys. 1 freaking year, holy shit, that's insane. But overall, what do we have here? So, co-op mode, not a bad thing. Not a bad thing, because people might find an entertainment there to, you know, kind of interact with each other, make the walkthrough easier, use different combination of hunters, and again, it's going to depend on what kind of gimmicks the boss is going to have, what kind of requirements it's going to have. If it's really going to require you to work in coordination with your teammate, let's say. I hope you understand what I mean. If it's going to make sense to use different hunters and not just to use the broken and the most powerful hunters that you have, but it's going to require you to build a certain strategy to complete the stage or the boss or whatever is going to be the case. For the guild boss, the new one, fine, great. I mean, it's going to be a cool stuff, a cool thing for players who are kind of tired of Fakna and the Ant Queen, and there are probably going to be some new gimmicks, movements and combinations, maybe certain requirements in terms of specific stats to be more successful for this mob, for this boss, I mean. But overall, I don't know, just in general about the guild boss mechanic, I don't know how to feel about it. Probably me personally, just I'm not really enjoying this content, and this is mostly my problem. I don't know, like, what are the ways to improve it? Adding new boss and, you know, changing rotations of each one of them, and just bringing different elements, but still using kinda the same teams and the same strategies all over again. I don't know. Maybe I'm too skeptic about it, and this is overall a good thing. Just, yeah, I don't know how to feel myself about the guild boss in general. For the dummy, I already expressed myself, finally, after a freaking year. Holy shit. And here's an interesting thing, like, I started to talk about it at almost the beginning of the video, and I want to continue my idea. So, about Netmarble being kinda fucked up, it's a fact, because a lot of people left the game after certain moments, after certain decisions done by Netmarble, and I consider them kinda poor. First problem, I already mentioned it and I discussed it, it's about the communication. That certain news, they're coming out of nowhere just completely, and this like a freaking smash with the hammer at your head. People didn't expect a lot of things, and the main issue why people left is not because of game being dry. Yes, it's part of the problem, let's say, but it's not the main issue, by my understanding. Again, the main reason for people quitting the game, and everyone can kinda agree with this aspect, a lot of people left, and it's not because they're crying bitches or something like that, because Netmarble let their player base down. It's a fact. With miscommunication, with releasing certain projects that nobody expected, and people were waiting these improvements and these adjustments for the game that we're playing right now, and they have introduced in the same overdrive certain modes and mechanics that people were asking for, like, for a really long time, for months. They introduced the dummy system, they introduced the co-op mode, and even on the live stream, if you're going to have a look at that one live stream when they were talking about the overdrive, you will see that people were asking the questions to them, like, why the hell are you releasing in this game in overdrive certain modes and we are not getting these in our game, when they're going to be released? And the answer was just freaking insane to me. Like, the whole thing that they provided to us is that they don't understand, and they're kinda upset that players are asking these questions about the separate game. Like, it's their own game, we're talking about solo leveling Rise, and why is it supposed to provide certain mechanics and features that Overdrive has? Because it's a different game. Well, maybe because people are asking for these changes for months straight in a row, and they're getting no feedback, and they're just getting fucked up with the release of Overdrive, the game that has everything. Interesting thing. And now, after understanding that they fucked up, they are releasing all these updates. They're introducing the co-op mode, they're introducing the dummy system, after they got just an insane amount of people leaving their game and providing negative feedback. Consequences. Straight up. That's the thing that we have. That's the situation that we're facing right now. And I understand there are always people who are extremely positive about the game, who are extremely negative about the game, but I'm talking specifically about people who are in between, in the middle, let's say. And if they are going to trust developers, it's not going to be a problem for them to wait for a certain update when they're going to be introduced new modes or whatever stuff is going to be presented. They're going to wait because they understand that they can trust developers. The main issue that we have here is that they have lost the trust of a lot of player base. And people left because they received the thing that they've been asking for a lot of time, but in a completely other way. been introduced in the other project. And obviously people felt that developers were kinda just getting money from the solo leveling Rise to develop some other games and don't give a shit about this current project. That's how people felt. That's how it kinda looks like in a certain way. I understand that it might be a wrong feeling, but again, where's the communication? If you can present certain things in the right way, people won't give a shit about some other projects, or they're going to be excited about even some other releases if they're going to understand that does actually care about their player base that is playing right now their freaking game. And not just bring everything that has been required into completely other projects that you also have to pay for to play it. So yeah, overall, these are my thoughts about the state of the game, let's say, and what is happening right now, what they're trying to solve. They created a huge problem with, again, the player base that they have lost. And I can tell you for sure, obviously, some players, maybe they will come back. Maybe. But by my personal example, I can tell you that if I'm leaving the game, if I'm losing interest into this game, if I don't care about the game because I'm fed up with the bullshit that they're providing, I'm not going to even watch after their updates like at all. Maybe it's going to kinda change in a while, but you know, wasting your reputation, it's a matter of a single one decision. It can be, I mean. And building it up back after a huge fail, it's going to be a tough and a long way. So if they will be able to handle it and prove that they kind of made a mistake and they're really working on their mistakes, this is going to be a great thing. Otherwise, we'll see how it's going to be. I'm still planning to watch after their changes and their releases, how it's going to be after all, what kind of new modes we're going to receive, how they're going to communicate and so on. But yeah, that's the video about my personal feelings, expectations, my personal understanding of the current situation, and I'm not pushing anyone to, you know, agree with me with my statements. If you're enjoying the game and if you think that there is nothing wrong has been done, it's up to you. I shared my personal ideas, and if I'm going to receive a lot of negativity for my feedback and my personal feelings about it, again, it's up to you. I'm going to take it. I don't really care that much about it. I prefer to be open and honest about my personal feelings and about feelings of the people, the players who already left the game because of certain circumstances. And again, everyone can see the decrease. Like, even, I don't know, Payne, if you're watching this, you completely can feel the freaking decrease of your views by 5 freaking times. I might be a little bit wrong, that's an estimation, but I guess you understand what I mean. So yeah, we'll see again. Hope you enjoyed this video, and see you guys in the next one. Take care.